Are you planning to start running or just started to run? Then you need to know these 5 things before you start. Welcome to my channel. I'm Albert. I'm a running and endurance sports coach. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 things that you need to know before you start running. So nowadays, more and more people start to get involved with running, and you can see people running in the park, on the track, everywhere on the road as well, because it become a thing for people, because you can share it, your achievement on your social media account like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, kind of things, because people want to have something to brag about, kind of things. But in the end, I would say that you don't know, people doing it for different reasons, and this is what we're going to talk about in this video. Okay, number 1, know why you run and what's the goal and objective of it, right? So like there's many reasons that a person run, right? And once you know why you run, then you know what you need in terms of like advice on nutrition, on coaching, on strength training, because it's kind of like different based on the different reasons. So we're gonna get into that reasons of why you run. So number 1, health, right? Some of you may be running because you are overweight, you have some medical history, you just came back from heart surgery, or you're having lung infection, or you're very weak, or you've been a smoker. You think you want to change your lifestyle, so you're actually running for the purpose of getting a better health, right? And the second reason that people why they want to run is that they want to improve their running technique, right? Just want to improve the running technique so they are injury free, and then you know what kind of things you're looking for. There are people also running for like long distance or certain distance of a race without stopping. To some people that is like, oh, I want to run without stopping, there's something I want to achieve. So if I can do that, then it will be something good for me to share in my social media, kind of things. Then there are another group of people who are actually running to improve their personal best, right? Their previous timing. They want to improve their personal timing of different race, like 10K, half marathon, full marathon, and even up to ultra distance kind of race. And the last group of people mainly run for the sake of winning. They want to represent the country, they want to be in the top 1% of the elite in the country, so the training will be slightly different. Okay, the second things you need to know about running is that it's actually a very injury prone sport, right? 99%, or it may be even up to 100% of the people who involved in running actually get injured before, right? And there are many reasons and factors to it. It can be due to the shoes, the feet condition, your bone and hip alignment, or the leg length discrepancy between your left and right legs. Injury is something that, due to stress response. So the thing is, because everybody has this same goal, most people will have the same goal, is that they want to be able to run fast. The thing is, not all humans are designed to run fast. So sometimes for some of you, right, like you're just meant to like have fun with it, do slow, easy run for a long duration. Maybe you are those kind of people. So you need to know yourself better. You can try and test it out. So some people just like keep changing shoes, changing coaches, but injuries still just kept coming. And because of that, right, I think you need to be very open about it, and don't force yourself too much until like it can even develop heart attack for some people as well. So don't set the same goal as everybody. You can try, by taking one step at a time. All right. Okay, now the third things about running is that it's actually a very complicated sport. It's not the same as like kicking power, punching fist kind of things, you know. If your punching is weak, the reason is very obvious, right? But in running, when you fail to perform, there's so many factors involved, you know, why people like, why I train so long and I'm still not improving kind of thing, why I train so hard and my body weight just keep increasing. There's a lot of situations that pan out. Your blood can play a role, your lung, your nerve systems, your diet, you know, your lifestyle, and your structure of your human body, you know, the weather conditions and the terrain that you train in, you know, the environment you're in, family support. So many things can get involved. And you may think like, oh yeah, you know, maybe just like put on your shoes and just go out and run. If nothing happened, you may not think that running is very complicated. But actually, when you encounter a lot of things about running along the way, then you start to ask a lot of questions, and then you start to get confused, right? That brings me to the fourth point about running, is that there will be a lot of confusing and contradicting information about running, because as I believe, every one of you who started running will start to Google and to find out like how to run fast, how to improve my running speed, what's the best way to train marathon, you know, this kind of searches, and then they will come up with a lot of things. As you keep reading, like some people say like you should do this, the other people said this, and even if you ask different coaches in your running community about a certain type of training, everyone will say about the same thing for certain things, but then there will be other things that is like totally like opposite of each other. Some people say like, oh no, you should not train with empty stomach. Oh, you actually can train with empty stomach, you know, what kind of thing. Some people will say like, you should train in the morning. Some people say, nah, you should not train in the morning a lot, you know, kind of things. That you should carry weight. Some people say you shouldn't carry weight. But actually there's a reason behind it. It's either they do not know or they don't bother to explain to you, because it's a very complicated thing, like what I mentioned on the third point. So it makes you even more confused. But if you understand what you need, like we mentioned, discussed in point number one, then you will know like what kind of answer you are seeking, you know, based on the question that you ask. So yeah, there will be a lot of questions, but we can actually support our claim with the finding of journals, but as well, you need to understand how they design the methodology of the research, right? Who are they recruiting? What background are those subjects? And then hence the result. So if you mainly read the summary, it can be misleading as well sometimes. You know, some journals are actually quite biased because the research is funded by a certain company to cite on what they want the research to be, right? So that's why sometimes you get confusing answer, you know. In the coming videos, I will share with you how we're going to look at things in terms of context, right? Like, should I be running a carbon plate shoes or should I not? Because we need to understand about you as a runner, right? What do you need and what's your body type, your condition, your body weight, kind of things, you know. So before we can come into a conclusion or providing a certain advice, it's more about alternative and options, which works and which doesn't work for you, right? It's about testing it out, and also the truth behind all these sports industry kind of things. So now we come to the fifth things you need to know about running, is that it's not for everyone. Not to discourage everyone from running. Majority people can actually run, but it's actually not for everyone, you know. Here's the reason why you should not run if you have all this condition, right? If you have severe heart condition, I don't really recommend you take part in running actually, right? You can walk, kind of thing, you know, cycle, easy cycle, not too much, because running create more stress actually, right? Especially with the body weight condition. So which comes to the second thing, that if you are super obese and your weight is so heavy, that I really suggest you do other form of exercise, like maybe aqua jogging, you know, will be where it helps to support your body weight, carry weights in the water kind of things. So the third group I would say is they have some metabolic syndrome, whereby the muscle actually break down faster than it can heal. If you continue to train hard on this, right, it can actually be very fatal to you. And I met a few people who are actually very talented and they have this syndrome. And this group of people who are, when they train, right, they're having problem recovering, even though they have proper nutrition, proper strength training, proper mileage. They just seem to have this problem, right? Until we test it in the lab and we find out, wow, the muscle really break down at a higher rate compared to normal people, even though they're considered fitter than everybody else. So most doctors will advise them, no, not to involve in this kind of sports, endurance kind of sports. Maybe like you can play some sports for recreational kind of things, where you can allow yourself to rest whenever you want to, kind of things. And of course, the last thing is that your lifestyle, right? Your lifestyle play an important role. So if your work requires you to stay up late at night and you only sleep like 1-2 hours a day, you know, and you have family commitment and your work environment is very stressful, I don't actually recommend you to go into running, especially you run for marathon or half marathon, because it requires time to train and also time to rest and recover. And if you don't give yourself enough time to recover, I mean, like, it's bad for your health kind of thing, and it can also lead to unwanted incidents like death kind of things. So really think about this for yourself, right? And this is why I really recommend people go through a proper medical checkup. Even though the checkup doesn't tell you everything about your body condition, nor does it reflect your future condition, but it at least allow the coaches to know what kind of condition you have, you know, so that they will know like whether it's something that they can handle, or whether they're able to recruit and train you, which brings me to another topic which I'll discuss in a separate video. So hopefully you learned something from this. So let me know in the comment below if you have any other condition that you think, like whether you should be running with those type of conditions, or your experience dealing with certain condition that can actually, like how running actually help you to improve your condition. You can drop it in the comment below. That's all for today. Remember to click like, subscribe, and hit the notification button for more video like this in the future. See you.